Welcome! In this video, what would happen in 2026 if we buy 1 million Zbcn today? We will analyze this. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and please watch to the end to understand.
But first, let's analyze how high Zbcn can go.
When we closely examine the chart, we can see that a clearly defined resistance level, one that has repeatedly triggered reactions in the past, has gradually become a significant barrier. This resistance level has consistently been viewed by investors as a sell zone, where price momentum would weaken and selling pressure would emerge each time the price approached it. However, recent price movements indicate that market dynamics have begun to shift, and the price has finally managed to break through this critical level with strong volume support. The breakout of such resistance levels is considered a highly positive development in technical analysis. It signals that the market is now targeting higher levels, and that investors no longer view this area as a point to sell. Factors such as the size of the breakout candle, the underlying trading volume, and whether the breakout is sustainable all play a critical role in this evaluation. Based on the current data, the resistance has been broken decisively. After the upward breakout, the price has moved above this level, which had previously been tested numerous times. This is generally seen as an indication that the trend is either reversing or the current uptrend is gaining further strength. One key technical behavior to pay particular attention to at this stage is a possible retest of the broken resistance level. This is a common pattern in technical analysis and represents the price returning to test whether the former resistance has now turned into a support level. After breaking through a resistance level that had repeatedly proven difficult to surpass, it is expected that the price will pull back to this area and then bounce back up. This would confirm the strength of the newly established support and signal the potential for the price to gather momentum and reach higher levels. Currently, the price action is unfolding exactly in this manner. After breaking through this previously hard-to-surpass resistance, the price has returned to test it. Such retest movements are generally seen as opportunities by investors. While many investors expect the price to continue climbing immediately after a breakout, entries made during a retest are often healthier and offer a more favorable risk-reward ratio. During the retest, signs such as increased volume, renewed buyer interest, and upward reactions in price provide highly positive signals for a continued upward move. Moreover, if the price successfully tests this area and responds with an upward move, this action could often be the start of a stronger rally. This is because the area which previously hosted heavy selling has now transformed into a support zone where buyers feel confident opening positions. This shift can be interpreted as a sign that the market has structurally strengthened. Additionally, the breakout is critical from a psychological standpoint for investors. Once resistance is broken, investors who had previously sold at this level or were hesitant to buy may begin to enter positions, increasing demand and accelerating the rally. It is also important not to overlook how strong this broken resistance level had been in the past. In technical analysis, the strength of a level is often determined by how many times price has paused, reversed, or reacted with buyer or seller activity at that level. If the level has been tested many times without being broken, then once it is finally surpassed, it tends to become an even stronger support, which makes an upward bounce from this area much more likely in the current scenario. Additionally, this technical structure is not only relevant for short-term patterns, but also serves as a signal for medium and long-term investors. The fact that the price, after struggling for a long time, has finally broken through this barrier will also attract the attention of larger investors. Such major breakouts are often indicators of a structural shift. If the price confirms this shift through a retest, a more stable and broader uptrend can be expected. In conclusion, the current structure presents a very positive picture. The resistance level has been decisively broken, a classic retest process has begun, and once this process is completed, it is highly likely that the price will target significantly higher levels. These types of technical formations serve as both opportunities and guides for investors. Therefore, this development should not be seen just as a price move, but also as a strategic opportunity, indicating the market's upward potential. While markets always involve risk, the current technical structure offers a promising signal for the continuation of the uptrend. But we cannot rely on support alone to make a decision. Let's take a look at the other metrics as well. Stay tuned.
In analyses conducted within the framework of Elliott wave theory, it is accepted that price movements progress in waves, and that these waves form according to specific rules and structures. According to this theory, movements in the direction of the trend consist of 5 waves: the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth waves. Among these, the third wave is typically considered the strongest, longest, and highest in momentum. In the current scenario, it is believed that the price is preparing to form the third wave within this five-wave structure. This could indicate that a strong bullish potential is on the horizon. The first two waves have been completed, and the price may now be at the starting point of the third wave. The first wave signals the initial signs of a trend, while the second wave allows the price to pull back slightly and gather strength. This pullback typically aligns with Fibonacci levels, especially the 0.5, 0.618, and sometimes the 0.786 levels. This corrective wave emerges as a result of investors taking profits or feeling uncertain. However, during this time, larger investors and those who believe in the continuation of the trend start buying again and strengthening their positions. Therefore, the second wave also serves as a psychological preparation phase that lays the foundation for the third wave. Now, the third wave may be about to begin. According to Elliott wave principles, the third wave is typically the most aggressive, most voluminous, and most attention-grabbing wave. This is because at this stage, the majority of the market becomes aware of the trend and enters positions. This increases both volume and volatility. Technically, the third wave can never be the shortest and is usually 1.618 times the length of the first wave, or more. In stronger market conditions, this ratio can extend to 2.272 or even 2.618 levels. In our current analysis, the third wave appears likely to reach the 2.272 Fibonacci level. This signals a significant upside potential. If this level is reached, investors may gain substantial profits both in the short and medium term. The third wave is often supported by news flow, FOMO sentiment, and technical breakouts. Additionally, during the third wave, indicators often gain upward momentum. RSI typically reaches the overbought region, MACD opens sharply in the positive zone, and volume bars show substantial increases. All of these technical signals are interpreted as confirming the strength of the third wave. Even though small pullbacks may occur during this high momentum period, expectations that the trend will continue dominate the market. The 2.272 Fibonacci level, targeted as the third wave's potential endpoint, is not just a randomly chosen point. Rather, it is a significant projection level frequently used in technical analysis and highly correlated with past price actions. This level suggests that an upward move of 2.272 times the length of the first wave may be completed. Within the current price structure, there is still significant room for the price to rise in order to reach this level. To take advantage of this upside potential, trend lines, support resistance levels, and chart formations should be closely monitored. During the third wave, price often moves within a channel and may climb to the upper boundary of that channel. If the channel breaks upward, price can aggressively reach new highs. However, movements not supported by volume may carry the risk of false breakouts. Therefore, not only price action, but also trading volume, market sentiment, and external factors should be considered. The third wave is not only a technical structure, but also a psychological one. During this phase, the majority of investors begin to profit, creating a euphoric market environment. This encourages more participants to enter the market. A strong positive sentiment is often seen on social media, news outlets, and community forums during this time. The desire to invest before missing the train can push prices even higher. With this psychological support, price may even exceed the 2.272 target and reach further levels. However, it's important to be cautious, as aggressive buying during the third wave can overheat the price. Technically, when setting targets, it's essential to move in alignment with momentum indicators like RSI, volume metrics, and support levels. This is crucial for position management. Entering positions too late, near the end of the third wave, may expose investors to the corrective movement of the fourth wave. Therefore, the ideal strategy is to enter during the early or middle stages of the third wave and to take profits gradually once targets are reached. Fibonacci projections are among the most powerful tools at this stage. The 2.272 target aligns not only with historical data, but also with investor psychology. When we combine market expectations, trend momentum, and investor interest, reaching this level becomes a highly rational possibility. Of course, nothing in the market is ever 100% certain, but the data suggests that this scenario has strong potential. In conclusion, within the Elliott wave structure, if the price is about to enter the third wave, there is potential for an upward move towards the 2.272 Fibonacci level. Reaching this level appears consistent with both technical indicators and market psychology.
Therefore, it would be a prudent strategy for investors to monitor this process closely and aim to benefit from this potential with proper risk management. If the third wave unfolds as anticipated, this period could present a highly rewarding opportunity for many investors.
Currently, we observe that the market value of 1 million Zbcn coins is approximately $3,300. This indicates that each Zbcn token is trading at an average unit price of around 0.00033. The most important point to note here is that this price level serves as a starting point. Both technical analysis data and long-term expectations for the project suggest that this price has significant upward potential. Especially based on investors' future target price projections and market dynamics, there is a strong expectation that the coin could reach levels around 0.0017 within a time frame of 1 to 1.5 years. This would represent a substantial value increase for an investor holding 1 million Zbcn. If Zbcn reaches this target level of 0.0017, the total value of the 1 million tokens would amount to $17,000. This would be more than 5 times its current value, roughly indicating a 500% increase. In other words, an investor who currently made a $3,300 investment could see it grow to $17,000 over a medium-term period of 1 to 1.5 years. Of course, this scenario is entirely based on probabilities and, due to the nature of cryptocurrency markets, is inherently risky and uncertain. However, what matters here is how reasonable the expectations are based on the available data and market projections. For Zbcn coin to reach this target price, a significant increase in market volume would first be necessary. Rising demand, increased investor interest, more exchange listings, and growing community support would all be key factors in this growth. In addition, improvements in the project's technical infrastructure, announcements of new partnerships, and steps that boost investor confidence would also lay the groundwork for upward price movement. So this is not only a forecast based on technical analysis, but also one supported by solid fundamentals. Moreover, the supply status of Zbcn coin directly affects its price. If the total supply remains constant while demand increases, this will give the price upward momentum. Since the basic supply-demand balance plays a critical role in shaping prices in crypto markets, mechanisms that temporarily reduce supply, such as staking or locking, can indirectly contribute to price increases. In this context, the fact that Zbcn offers staking options to its investors could reduce liquidity and make supply more limited, thereby supporting upward price movement. Community impact is also highly important for Zbcn to reach this potential. In crypto projects, the community's trust and support for the project directly affect its sustainability. If investors continue to hold their Zbcn and contribute to the project, this collective action will exert positive pressure on the price. Additionally, increased awareness on social media, transparent communication by project developers, and regular updates all help build and maintain this trust. Of course, it would be one-sided to only consider positive scenarios. For Zbcn coin to reach the stated target, the global economic environment also needs to be supportive. Regulatory news affecting the crypto markets, macroeconomic developments, large crypto movements, and global investor behavior are all external factors that influence price dynamics. However, based on the current available data, Zbcn coin appears to have technical upward potential, with possible developments on the fundamental analysis side also supporting this. From an investor psychology standpoint, low-priced coins like this are often purchased with high return expectations. People aim to buy at low prices and maximize profits from potential future increases. Therefore, if this belief develops within the community, this psychological effect can also drive the price upward. That is, investors acting on expectations can sometimes create a self-fulfilling scenario.
In the case of Zbcn, if such a belief forms, reaching the expected price levels may become more achievable. Additionally, implementing the developments laid out in the project's roadmap and communicating them regularly to the community would also increase investor confidence. New technology updates, exchange listings, partnership agreements, and improvements in staking systems could all enhance Zbcn's appeal. This could lead to increased demand and, in turn, positively influence the price.
Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.